I am Coral Odiot-Rivera, a partner at Napoli Shkolnik, where I lead major environmental litigation, including cases involving PFAS contamination. PFAS, or per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are toxic man-made chemicals found in products like firefighting foam and non-stick cookware. These are often called forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment and can accumulate in our bodies, posing serious health risks. When people hear about environmental settlement, they often think about big numbers. But these are not just numbers, they are leverage. They are tools for accountability and change. They mean clean water, justice, and real reform. I've worked with small rural water systems that would never be able to test or treat PFAS contamination on their own, because some of them rely on part-time staff and volunteers. For them, these settlements are the only hope to protect their residents' health and future. But here's the truth. If polluters can simply pay and continue as usual, we have only put a price on harm. In the AFFF MDL, or the aqueous film forming foam multi-district litigation, we took on chemical giants like 3M, DuPont, Tyco, and BASF. AFFF is a type of firefighting foam used for decades by the military and by airports. It contains PFAS, which has contaminated drinking water systems across the United States. One of our biggest challenges was proving liability, tying a company's chemicals to contamination miles away and decades later. We used scientific fingerprinting, working with chemists and hydrologists, to trace PFAS molecules back to their source and to corporate practices dating back to the 1960s. Securing a settlement is only half the battle. Making sure the money reaches the right communities is just as critical. I have worked closely on the claims process and understand how overwhelming it can be, especially for smaller systems. That's why we have pushed for a process that is not just fair, but accessible. For example, simplified paperwork, clear deadlines, and real outreach. The next wave of litigation is coming. Microplastics, 1,4-dioxane, and other emerging threats. What gives me hope is the growing recognition that environmental harm is not just scientific. It is personal, it is generational, and it is global. That is why we have expanded our work internationally, like the case in the Netherlands, where PFAS contamination has devastated fishing communities. Their health, their economy, and way of life lost to corporate negligence. Justice in environmental law is not just about punishment. It's about prevention, restoration, and visibility. My mission is to ensure that no matter how small or remote a community is, it has the power and the resources to fight back. This is what justice can look like. Forcing polluters not only to pay, but to change, restoring what has been lost, and preventing future harm through systemic reform.